Hear me out. In our normal daily everyday experience, we experience subject and object. In other words, there is knower and known. I am knower of things known, of information known. Okay? Now either this knower can be reduced to known. Right? Materialism does it. Reductionist materialism does that. It says knower does not exist. No one exists. What is known? Matter. So what is the byproduct of what? Who is the byproduct of what? Knower is the byproduct, is the effect, is the result of the known. Known being mind, brain, skull, neurons, atoms, etc. etc. But still, they cannot prove it, by the way. Okay, first option, again, knower exists, known exists. First, we reduce knower to known. We fail because we don't have any proof how known becomes the knower. Second option, you can reduce known to knower. That means you can reduce objects, experiential objects and thoughts into subjectivity. Entirety of the cosmos can be reduced in this view to a field of subjectivity. This is we call idealism, where we reduce known into the knower. Okay? Follow me. All the knowledge has to be the object. By very definition, the knower cannot be the object of knowledge. By principle, the knower cannot be the object of knowledge. If I know something, I am not that thing. I am the knower of that thing. Very simple. I know my watch, I am not my watch. Just like eyes cannot see themselves, teeth cannot bite themselves. In the same way, knower cannot know himself, itself. So, by this logical necessity, knower has to be unknowable. Not that. Because everything knowable has to be the object of knowledge. And in order to be the object of knowledge, it cannot be the subject of knowledge. If you want to know the subject of knowledge, the normal cognition method of knowing things is not sufficient. Because by definition, subject of knowledge is not object of knowledge, and that's why subject of knowledge cannot be cognized with normal method. That's why the subject, I, the knower, is unknowable by principle. Okay. Follow me. All knowledge is known, and all the known knowledge is nothing but memory. And all memory are in past. So all knowledge are just past. Very simple. All knowledge are past. All the unknown is in future, which one day will become known. Unknown is future, known is past. Unknown will one day become known. That's what science believes. Because science, believing materialism, reduces the knower to the known. Remember? If knower is reduced to known, if knower is removed, the first person subjective experience of I is removed out of your worldview, then since we have proved that I cannot be the object of knowledge, that's why I has to be the unknowable. If you remove the I, the unknowable, then only two things remain, known and unknown. So for science, unknowable does not exist. Unknowable in Sanskrit says it's called agyeya. Agyeya does not exist in science. For science, there is only gyeya and ignorance. I don't know the Sanskrit name for it. It's known and unknown. Unknowable does not exist. Gyat and agyat. Agyeya does not exist for science. Because agyeya is the subject, and subject was earlier reduced falsely to objects. You see? So my point is, all gyeya, all knowledge are in past. All ignorance, all that will be known, right now it is unknown, is in future. But what is the status, like chronological status, of this unknowable subjective I? If we agree that it exists, this agyeya, this unknowable, has to be in present. Only way you can encounter yourself as unknowable is in present. In past, you know knowledge. In future, you know the unknown, which one day will become the memory of knowledge. But unknowable has to be encountered in the present moment, like the lightning flash. And this unknowable, agyeya, is nothing other than, as we have established earlier, by logic, not by assumption, has to be the first person subjective I. This unknowable cannot be located in this timeline of past and future. This unknowable is eternal now. See, I'm not assuming anything. We are just logically deducting things. Unknowable has to be eternally present. And that's why unknowable has to be transcending the time. Well, Wittgenstein himself says, Ludwig Wittgenstein, he was not a mystic. He was as logical as anyone can be. He says that present moment is as close as you can go to eternity. Present moment is not moment in time, but it is point outside of time. That's Wittgenstein, not me. Anyway, follow me, keep following me. So, according to now, if unknowable exists, unknowable not only is unknowable, but also the ultimate truth. And by the way, with that logic, unknowable becomes the telos, the goal of knowledge. See, here is knowledge, here is ignorance, here is past, here is future, and we are talking here, unknowable. So normally, for science, for materialism, knowledge moves from that which we know and that we will know in future, in this direction. I am saying the telos, the goal of knowledge, is not only to discover that which is not yet discovered, which is unknown in future, but the goal, the real goal of knowledge has to be unknowable. We have to take the leap in the vertical direction. Because how much unknown exists? Infinite, right? And your life is finite. How much you are going to wait for future in order to know something? Because every second brings new knowledge, which was once unknown, now it has become known. So this timeline between known and unknown, this horizontal plane, is infinite. But we does not need to know everything. We only know things according to their value. And if you keep climbing the ladder of value as knowledge, then the telos of knowledge doesn't go from known to unknown, it goes from known to unknowable. And once you reach the unknowable, you actually complete the journey of knowledge. Knowledge in Sanskrit called Veda, and to end the journey, to reach the cutting edge, at the threshold of knowledge, is Vedanta, the anta of Veda, the end of knowledge.